Aziz works a boring office job in Amsterdam with a manager who treats him badly, forces him to work extra hours, and only pays him enough to get by. His brother Mo, in contrast to Aziz, does not have a job. Instead, he spends his time throwing parties, calling Aziz at the office, and trying to get him to join him. Because Aziz is a nobody in the office, he is surprised when his crush Tess asks him out on a date. Aziz says yes, which causes a lot of teasing from his coworkers. Sadly, it likewise acquires him the consideration of the administrator, who gets unbelievably envious and fires Aziz, utilizing the reality his sibling is continuously calling him during work hours to divert him as a reason. Aziz goes to the party with all of his belongings in a box. However, Mo doesn't show any sympathy for Aziz because he got fired because it means they can start a business together. Mo throws a ball that accidentally hits the girlfriend of the house owner during an argument, because Aziz cannot trust him with such a thing, because Mo is a good for nothing. The guy sends his gangsters Nolan and Jeffrey to beat them up as retaliation. The four men start a fight while the rest of the partygoers are running away, resulting in few hits before the police arrest them. The four of them continue to argue in prison until Officer Kim brings prisoner Joris to the cells as well. All of the guys start hitting on her, with the exception of Aziz. Kim chases them all to silence them. Later, as night falls, Tess continues to wait for Aziz at the office, but he does not appear. The manager seizes the opportunity to approach Tess, but she declines, leaving him frustrated. The manager watches in terror as a terrifying ball of fire appears in the sky and crashes into the building at that exact moment. The guys in jail hear an alarm and feel the ground shake, but they think it's an earthquake and decide to sleep. Aziz wakes up first the following morning and discovers that the cell doors are open. While Mo engages in a new argument with Nolan and Jeffrey, Aziz and Joris go down the hallway to investigate, only to discover that no one is there. Aziz discovers that he has 15 messages from Tess, stating that she is stuck in the office and that there are monsters everywhere, so she needs help. When the group goes upstairs and retrieves their phones from the locker, Aziz then, at that point, understands the police headquarters is a wreck, and when he goes outside with the others, they find the city flipped around by zombies. In fact, a zombie-aged woman follows them right away, but Kim stops her and shoots the zombie, before dragging all of the guys back inside the station. She then turns on the television to watch Jan, a newscaster, describe what happened. It turns out that a Russian space probe exploded in Aziz's office building, dispersing a virus that turns people into zombies in the form of a green slime. The army is enforcing a hermetically sealed barrier around Amsterdam, allowing any survivors who haven't been infected yet to enter any of 3 protected areas at the city borders. Nolan looks around the rooms and finds a bowling ball, where he accidentally gets his fingers stuck, while an anxious Aziz tries unsuccessfully to call Tess. For the sake of their own safety, Kim wants to remain inside that house until the army arrives. However, a few zombies manage to enter, and the group is forced to fight them with random office supplies like a stapler, a keyboard, and a fan. It turns out that Nolan's bowling ball is quite useful, because it makes it easy for him to smash the heads of zombies. When they're liberated from Risk, the gathering gets in a squad car and attempts away. However, since the vehicle continues to run over zombies, soon it's canvassed in green sludge, and it's excessively perilous to remain this presented to it. Kim quickly gets everyone out of the car and brings the men into a store, while she kills any zombies that get close. Aziz in particular needs to be dragged, because the sight of his office building with the probe on top keeps distracting him. Aziz receives a call from Tess inside the store, who is fine, but still requires assistance to leave the building. Aziz vows to protect her. Yet when he tells the others, everybody calls him insane and will not go with him, regardless of how moving his discourse about saving the honest is. Before leaving, the group grabs as much useful equipment as they can from the store, including a second bowling ball for Nolan. Kim decides that they will attempt to reach a safe area. Mo also thinks about taking the money from the cash register, but Joris tells her that it isn't much, and they can stop at the bank he works for later. The group eventually reaches a gas station, where they begin considering their options for a vehicle. Kim slapped Aziz multiple times in an effort to persuade him to see the light and leave alone to save Tess. Jeffrey and Mo board a limousine and discover the famous singer Ben Saunders in the back. However, Jeffrey accidentally kills Saunders when a group of zombies arrive, and Mo accidentally shoots his crossbow. Due to the noise of the fight outside, they'll have to come up with a different strategy to keep going, since none of them know how to jumpstart a car. They return to the streets and try to defend themselves as best they can with the items they took from the store, but it doesn't work very well. Fortunately, Jeffrey is aware that they are close to a garage owned by Ruben, who works there with 2 other mechanics. They are allowed inside without any problems. Kim takes a moment to apologize to Aziz for hitting him, now that they are safe again. Ruben and his friend demonstrate to the group that they have discovered that green slime is an extremely potent source of energy that can power a vehicle. However, when Jeffrey discovers that the 3rd mechanic is missing, things turn sour. It turns out he's turned into a zombie, and he's been binded to a wall. Ruben puts himself in the way of the zombie and Jeffrey's party, so that the group can kill the monster. Because the zombie doesn't remember his friends and bites Ruben before breaking the chains to attack the others. This is a terrible idea. Aziz gets another call from Tess, who is being surrounded by zombies, and doesn't know how long she will be able to survive, while the group fights the zombie. Aziz cradles Kim in his arms because he can't leave her behind, and the monster manages to wound Kim, just as Nolan is about to use his bowling balls to kill the zombie. Sadly, Nolan, Jeffrey, Mo, and Joris do not care, and they board the slime-powered truck to locate Joris's bank. Joris opens the safe as soon as they reach the bank, and the group begins putting as much cash as they can in as many bags. When Nolan goes off on his own, he finds that the workers were having a birthday party when the zombies arrived, and the birthday cake looks too good to pass up. Nolan tries to be sneaky because there is a dead man's head on top, but the man wakes up and bites Nolan's arm anyway. Joris reveals his true colors when everyone is ready to leave, using his weapon to make the others give him all the money before the building is surrounded by more zombies. Mo points out that the arm should be removed when Jeffrey and Mo discover that Nolan has been bitten, but his suggestion is quickly rejected. Aziz, on the other hand, is moving Kim from the garage to his office building on a cart. When Kim gets up, she sees that zombies keep coming after them, so she uses a mace to keep them at bay. She walks alongside Aziz as she begins to feel better, and expresses her admiration for his desire to save his girlfriend, because her ex would never have done that for her. However, Kim gets enraged and hits Aziz once more, after he admits that he hasn't gone on his first date with Tess yet. Kim then refuses to help anymore. Aziz receives a call from Mo at that exact moment, requesting assistance as well, because they are trapped inside the bank. Tess also calls, forcing Aziz to choose between his own brother and the girl he likes. Jeffrey and Mo must eliminate Nolan because he is beginning to vomit green slime at the bank. This turns out to be harder than it looks, and they have to use a lamp, a bowling ball, and even a sink to complete the task. Jan kills any zombies that try to interrupt his program on television, as he continues to update viewers on the situation. Russia is sending a special commando to deal with the zombies, because it has been discovered that the space probe draws them to the office building like a magnet. When Aziz and Kim get to the bank, they set off a car alarm to distract the zombies, allowing them to enter the bank and rescue Jeffrey and Mo. The group runs as fast as they can, but when the zombies come back, they get stuck in a playground. However, the Barachi brothers surprise them, just as they are about to give up hope. When all of their customers turned into zombies one day, these guys, who used to own a kebab restaurant and are skilled monster hunters, became obsessed. The Barachists defeat the majority of their foes in a sequence reminiscent of a video game, leaving the remaining group to be killed by their very own trained zombie, whom they release as a reward for a job well done. The brothers give the group directions to the closest secure area before they leave. They finally reach the shelter a few moments later, but Aziz refuses to enter, and asks the soldiers to accompany him in order to save Tess. Every soldier turns their weapons on Aziz as they ignore the request, and ask him to enter or leave. Aziz steals an army truck, refuses to give up, and is surprised to find Mo, Kim, and Jeffrey accompanying him. They grab military weapons from the back of the truck when they get to the office building. Aziz, Mo, and Kim use the elevator to reach the upper floors and locate Tess, while Jeffrey stays outside with a minigun to repel the zombies and exact revenge on Nolan. Unfortunately, just as they are about to reach it, the elevator breaks down, forcing the trio to force open the door and search for Tess, while avoiding any zombies that are already inside the building. Jeffrey rushes inside when he runs out of ammunition and discovers that the elevator is broken. He'll now have to go up the stairs, which is a long way up from the first floor, and the minigun will weigh more. They come across a coworker of Aziz's who is also here for Tess, because she has called every single guy she has had a night of fun with, as the trio carefully sneaks around the offices. Mo is furious that they've been putting themselves in danger, but Kim tells Aziz to go ahead and find Tess, while Mo and she use their guns to fight the zombie horde that is approaching. Aziz calls Tess once he's out of the fight, but she tells him that she doesn't need to be saved anymore, because another coworker arrived first. The manager appears as a zombie and attacks Tess and the man as they work on a desk. Mo, who's separated from Kim during the struggle, follows shortly after Aziz, who finally makes it to the roof. Because Mo believes that Aziz caused them to become stranded there, the brothers fire at the zombies as they approach the roof and pursue them. Aziz is furious and calls Mo a loser who destroys everything he builds, but when he realizes how much he hurt his brother, he makes an apology, and they hug to make up. A man is abruptly dropped from a helicopter onto the roof. Andrej, a Russian commando, appears to be brave and trustworthy until he is bitten by a zombie. As soon as he lands, he asks the brothers to help him spread the explosives he brought all over the probe, so they can blow up the building and all the zombies with it before the infection kills him. In the meantime, Kim encounters Tess, who appears to be terrified and crying. However, since Kim is also a zombie, this is all a ruse to get closer to her. Aziz and Mo finish setting off the explosives, just as Andrej transforms into a zombie, just as the women begin fighting, and Jeffrey continues to slowly ascend upstairs. Andrej manages to knock Mo to the ground and bite him, while the brothers fight him together without success. When the soldier drops a grenade, Aziz finds it and sticks it to Andrej's head with a pencil until it explodes, effectively killing him. Since Mo has been nibbled, he chooses to remain behind with the detonator and sends Aziz away, allowing him 10 minutes prior to exploding the structure, and advising him to go for Kim rather than Tess, in light of the fact that she's a greatly improved individual. Aziz quickly shoots the manager as he makes his way back into the building. He then turns around and finds Kim kicking Tess in the head and killing her. After that, Kim and Aziz start running down the stairs. When Jeffrey hears that they have to go down again after climbing all the way up, they almost make him cry. Mo is surrounded by zombies on the roof, and his gun is insufficient to stop them all. He detonates the explosives before 10 minutes have passed because he cannot die without completing his mission. The structure begins to shake as it is hit by the blast, and the threesome needs to hustle down the stairs, while avoiding zombies simultaneously. The Barachi brothers are waiting for them in their car to provide a safe escape, so they are able to leave the building before it burns down. When the group reaches the safe area, it is already dark. Kim and Aziz want to celebrate with a kiss, but Jeffrey stops them and tells them to go into a safe area, so they don't hurt their chances. Surprisingly, the entire army has been attacked by vampires, and inside things are not much better. Jan tragically loses the battle and is killed in front of the camera after Aziz expresses his hatred for such creatures. The group prepares to fight while it is being shown on television.